What's happening on the Big Phat Pod?
Well, today we're talking about track 10 off the new Phat Band album, 25 Years of Phatness. The song is called Shine.
Yes, my favorite.
Well, let's get buffing.
Yeah.
The spirit of the Big Phat Band continues. Welcome to the Big Phat Pod with hosts Vangie Gunn-Goodwin and Andrew Kesler.
Hey everybody, my name is Vangie Gunn-Goodwin. I am the wife of the amazing late Gordon Goodwin. I am the leader of Gordon Goodwin's Big Phat Band. I am a session singer, vocal contractor, and my name is short for Evangeline. There you go.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
My name is Andrew David James McKinnon Kesler. It's
That
not
is a
short
name.
for anything. I'm an arranger, orchestrator, and music producer here in Los Angeles, but originally from Canada.
Woo. No.
Now tell me how you really
changed
feel.
it. You changed how you say it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's in LA. Oh my goodness sakes. And usually I'm like, "Wah!" So anyway, that was
we love
funny.
All right, we're at track 10. We're almost done this
I cannot
album.
believe it. We've dug in, man.
What a whirlwind.
It's been fun.
It's been a great time.
It really has. So we're going to talk about Shine.
Yes.
This is my big feature. So I get to sing lyrics on this one. Yay! Yeah, actual lyrics, yes. So it was originally meant for my album, which it probably still will. But when we were working on my album about a year and a half ago, before Gordon got sick, we looked at all the songs and I said, we don't have the first song. And he said, yes, we do. We have blah, blah. And I go, that's too gospel. It's not the first song. And he goes, man, you're right. He goes, well, what about blah, blah? And I was like, no, way too chill. And he goes, you're right. And I go, what are we going to do? And he goes, tell me what you want. Throw me some samples. I'll come up with something. So literally, again, I sent him a song from Earth, Wind, and Fire, a song from Shaka Khan, and a song from a gospel artist named Israel Houghton.
Oh, cool.
And he listened to all of them and went, okay. And literally came up with this song, just the journey of it, or the musical path. And he kind of came up with the melody, but then I took it, and he gave me a lot of freedom on that to find what works for me, which I loved. And
A nice collaboration.
It really was.
Going through the Goodwin machine,
exactly.
whatever.
The Goodwin, the Good Gun Creative. Yeah, and then we contacted an incredible lyricist that he had worked with for years named Donna Miller. And she came over and just wanted to get to know me and sat with me for a bit and said, all right, what do you want this about? And I go, well, I need it positive. I need it hopeful. My thing is sparkles and shining and, somewhere along that line. And encouraging. Again, my name, so since we started with my name means bringer of good news, bringer of light. And like I said in another episode, I've really taken that to heart with my life, even through this hell.
And how you've been able to do that,
I don't know.
I don't know many people who can, I'll just say rally to be able to keep that going the way you have. It's really inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's well, partly it's who I am, but it's for Gordon. It's something I know. He straight out said it to me that he loved that about me so much that I would have, my times of down a little bit, but I would find a way out of it. And he goes, gosh, that's infectious. So I don't want to dishonor him by living a rotten life.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm choosing it. And every day it's not easy, but I find a way. So anyway, with that, I told Donna, and she went home and worked on the lyric and came back and sent it like about a week later. And I think we made like three tweaks.
Were we hunting wabbits?
No, 3 tweaks.
Yeah.
And fixed a couple of things. And what it is what it was. And I love it so much. And it's super funky, and the guys love it. And what it's turned into is pretty fun. It's turned into kind of an audience participation song. So Gordon programmed it as the very, very last song of the show in the last 2 years. So I'd come out and sing Through the Fire, and then I would sing Shine. But before I sing it, I look to the audience and I say, okay, I need your help. I know there's singers out there, and even if you're not a singer, I need you to do this anyway. And so I'd say, all right, sing with me, everybody. Repeat. World is waiting on your light. And they'd start to sing it. And what ended up happening is the guys in the band started singing.
Whoa,
exactly. It's so great. And so, you gotta shine. And I go, come on, do it like that. And the crowd would be like, you gotta shine. So it's really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
To get more of a personal involvement. Then we started it. We play it with tracks because there's a ton of vocals on it by the great David Loucks. And then my daughter, Aria Gunn, which go check her out, people. She's amazing. And I, the three of us sang, and we just screamed our guts out on the backups.
Yep.
And the song it's a party.
Yeah.
And it is so fun. And I just feel so honored and blessed and privileged that Gordon was like, yeah, let's do this.
And it feels like a really nice blend of the two of you, both personality-wise and musically, leaning it. Like, it wasn't a stretch for him to lean into those influences because they're the same for him.
Yeah.
And, like, the Phat Band does the Earth, Wind, and Fire thing, like, astonishingly well. And I love this also because I'm always listening to background vocals, especially, and just for tone, for quirky ideas and textures and stuff like that. And it just sounds like you guys were like just so going for it.
Oh, we went nuts.
The Jazz Police approach. Like,
exactly.
Just
it was like in
air.
your face. And Andy Waddell does a guitar solo that just it tears it up. And I said that to him. I go, no jazz soloing on this. Do not hold back.
No bebop scales. No half hold diminished.
No. I go, I want Eddie Van Halen, Nuno Betancourt rock.
Boomer bends.
Exactly. Except, let's see, I'm not a boomer. Okay, but yes.
As a guitar player, we all do boomer bends.
It's true. So, but there's the party section. And again, well, let me back up on one thing. Ray has to hold it down for us, Ray Brinker, because we're playing with tracks. And the song gets loud. And so it's always a little nerve-wracking because when the vocal track comes in, if we're not lined up, it's a thing. So when we first started doing it, I think maybe one sound check, it was,
you're right.
And so I stopped. I'm like, no. And the problem was just Ray couldn't hear the click properly, so I boosted it, got it going fine. And then not one time since have we had a problem. Yeah. Not one time since.
I mean, Ray is the click.
He is the click.
There's a few drummers I've had the privilege of working with, Ray being one of them. And there's a few, like, they mask the click.
It's
like,
it's amazing.
if you were to have a click in your ears and you were to hear the drums, you wouldn't hear the click because it would be just so but still musical. I don't know. It is a real thing where some people play around with the click, like a little bit behind, a little bit ahead, and kind of shift, which is awesome. And some people just go right over it.
But here's what's so cool is he's right on it. And then he still does all his amazing Ray stuff. Yeah. So we'll talk about that when we talk with Ray. And Joey, of course, adds all the fun flourish. And then Kevin veers off the chart. I remember one of the early times I was like, hey, Kev, our bass player. And I said, funk it up, man. And he was like, okay. And so after one of our last gigs, he gave me a hug goodbye. He goes, was that funky enough for you? I'm all, yes, it was.
His tone and his phrasing. And I mean, like, I know that also it's like some of it's the mix, just the way everything's treated. But it is just so pocketed and smooth, but also snappy when it needs to be. He's an unbelievable bass player.
He really is.
So, well, I'm going to ask him more nerdy questions about how he gets his sound.
Yeah.
What pedal is that, man?
Oh, you have to. Yeah. Oh, and he'll dive into it. And by the way, I'm going to tease this a little bit just before we have our interview with Kevin. There is a cult of Kevin in Australia, so we need to talk about that.
Crikey. Did you hear that? It's a cult.
Kind of. It's really hilarious. Anyway, But then, okay, so I really do want to talk about the vocals because
Yeah.
Gordon gave me full reign to do whatever I wanted. And I took the original rhythm track and my scratch vocal and I put it on my Pro Tools. And one day I just stayed in my little studio and dug around and did vocals. And I'm so glad I did because there were about 6 things that I recorded that I was like, nope, and delete, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it helped me suss it out so that when we got to the session, I was like, even though we had a chart, still communicate, tell David and Aria, and we were just fast and we vibed together and got it done.
Pre-production, pre-production,
Yeah.
pre-production.
Yeah. Yes,
That's the
yes,
most
yes.
important part of any recording set or anything like that. Especially something so, because it's not like you've been living with this song and playing it
Right.
and gigging with it for 20 years.
Correct.
So you gotta figure out what the song is for you. And I actually have a quote of Gordon that we will play here where he talks about how singers learn songs. Check this out.
Sometimes when singers sing the first time through, it sounds like till they learn it. And like instrumentalists, it sounds pretty good. And then it gets this much better. With vocalists, it sounds like this, and then it gets like this, and then it gets to here, because they have some intangible thing that they use as they learn their, and that's what you guys did. And that rehearsal clip you gave really helped me to hear where you would go with it.
Yeah, so it takes a bit more time for singers,
Yeah.
but once they have it, they can nail it higher than any instrumentalist.
Right. It does
So-
take us a minute.
Well, you have to play around, you have to suss it out, and you have to
Yeah.
make some moves that, it's the same with composing or arranging.
Right. Right.
Gordon was not shy about, he used to start with pen and paper.
Right.
Or
He did.
pencil and paper, but then moved to, Finale and
did.
Digital Performer and everything. And so that way, when he would play back some of his ideas, it's like he could hear it in his head, but sometimes before that, without the help of the computer playback, you would have to play everything yourself.
Right.
And to adjudicate it, it's like, well, does it sound bad because I didn't play it well enough?
Right.
Because you just want to be able to listen to it and be like, all right, I know it might be some MIDI instruments or whatever, but even still, is the idea and the flow what I'm looking
Well,
for?
so that's the sign of a good orchestrator too, composer, orchestrator. That's why you have an advantage of that, Andrew, because you do both. Gordon, of course, was a genius at it because you have the idea, you're a pianist, and so on the piano, maybe it sounds great, but all of a sudden, how do you translate that to a full band or an orchestra or singers without it sounding like a piano?
Yes.
That doesn't work. Or weird voice leadings.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, voice
dealt with
leading
that.
is. You'll see it in some of these scores, and especially on voices is where it really makes a big difference.
Where
And
we're
not that vocalists can't sing
Correct.
difficult intervals.
Correct.
I've done most of my world touring singing in a group that
have.
does exactly that.
Right.
But yeah, I could talk about this forever.
We can.
Let's
do it.
Let's hear
So
a little
we're-
bit
go
about
for it.
this
Yeah,
one,
go for
just
it.
from the top, and
Okay.
then we'll focus on the end.
All right. Starts easy.
I got some joy to liberate. I'm dressing up this life of mine. Sees every day as I
And here's where the first vocals hit.
letting my whole self shine. Don't matter if the sky is gray. No matter how much
Tasteful
time
horn
goes
unison,
by.
prime unison.
Yes.
I get to choose my do and say. Letting my whole self shine.
All right, that's enough of that. Yeah, so that first vocal hit where it's unison.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
doubled and
Right,
yeah.
or like
Or tripled or
triple,
quadrupled.
whatever, yeah.
That's a production technique to make it
Yeah.
hit without
Yes.
having to give away, like when you do it again later, where you do harmonize it.
Right.
Which is just, and then you have
It's
all
just
these nice
yeah. Mm-hmm.
altered chords because it's got a bluesy thing. So
Right,
that's,
it does.
That's always fun
Yeah.
when you take those 5 chords and you just add every note to it. It's
well,
great.
the other huge influence on me is Prince.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I went and dug in on his backup vocals and how he just does some cluster stuff in there. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to kind of add that extra little note in there, to kind of mush it and maybe dial that one back a little bit. So it just takes an ear like yours or mine to go, wait a minute, is that in there? That is in there.
Yep, yep.
So
And that's-
I love that.
And hearing that rub is really It makes such a difference.
It really
I
makes
find,
a
'cause,
difference.
I mean, otherwise you could just be singing triads, and it would work, and
Yeah.
it would ring, and it would
Yeah.
sound nice. But if you can add that fourth note,
Yes.
or maybe fifth or sixth,
Yes,
depending on
yes,
which group.
it's in there. You'll see later.
Yeah.
But when that first vocal hits is when I relax, because that means we're lined up
Yeah.
with the click. And usually when that happens, I look back at Ray and I just kind of go like, and he gives me the biggest smile. I'm
Yeah.
going to put a picture of him, big old smile Ray. It's the best. And that's another thing playing with Ray. He gives back.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful.
And he's like, I don't know him
Yeah.
super well,
He's a
but
wonderful
he's
guy.
he's not like some huge personality
Right,
in the room.
right. He's a little more introverted, believe it or not.
But no, he
Yeah.
has such a, I don't know. It is so refreshing to be on stage or in studio with somebody who is like nothing kind of phases them.
Right.
They're ready to go whenever, and they've done the work. And then even despite whatever, like they're there to have fun. They're there to smile. They're there
Correct.
to connect.
Yes.
Because we've all done gigs where we've all been on the stage, and it's like, I know we're making music together, but it's not really
Doesn't feel
feeling
it.
together at all. So
Nothing like playing, forgive me, but nothing like playing with a drummer who's just like this. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, no, connect. Let's connect.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love you, Ray. Thank you. Okay, the vocals.
you want to check out some of this outro?
This
bit?
is the party. This is where the party starts. So yeah,
right.
let's do it.
All right, party commencing.
Along, yeah. World is waiting on your life.
Got that little triangle.
You gotta shine. World is waiting on your life. Ooh, watch me shine. Let's sing it again. World is waiting on your life. You gotta shine. World is waiting on your life. Ooh,
Audience is singing with me. They're going.
World is waiting on your life. You gotta shine.
All right, let's stop it. I don't want to give it all
Yeah, you
away.
got that shaka vibrato going on
Oh,
the
yeah.
top. It's awesome. And also, like, we can't forget we talked about Ray, but like Joey, like what an energy.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
Like-
He added that little triangle, that dun 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 at the beginning of
Yeah.
that outro. I don't know how he does that.
It's I mean, it's a small thing. It's a small little,
Yeah.
but percussion makes such a difference.
It really does.
And like when to have it, when for it to be heavy, when for it to be light. I don't know. It's like, I know people think, oh, we'll just add percussion kind of as an afterthought. But, real players, they can really take the song and the groove to, don't sleep on percussion.
No, and that's another genius of Gordon.
Yeah.
He knew how to use percussion effectively per song.
Yeah.
And that was a part of his orchestration. I remember as he was getting to the end of a song, I would come in and go, how's it going? And he'd go, well, I'm doing percussion right now. And I go, okay. So he'd work on percussion for at least a half a day, depending on the length of the song.
Yeah.
And then later, I'd say, so what do you got left? He'd go, I have to add in dynamics. And I'd be like, okay, And then I knew that he was close to being done at that point. But it's a real journey.
Yeah.
And especially with using so many tracks now, with adding all those extra, like on Gnashing, we talked about a couple weeks ago, the wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, being appropriate with percussion, And then, of course, there is Joey, who puts on the greatest show on the stage.
Yeah.
He and I fight for it, He is a
Or just get him
showman.
hair like yours.
I know he's gonna.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we want to take a minute and talk with the rhythm section and Andy about his amazing solo, and Ray and Kevin and Joey, and then Quinn as well stepping in on the keyboard seat. So
Awesome.
I'm excited because this is my rhythm section. So all right, here we go.
Brand new song featuring Vangie, going to be on the new record. The name of this song is called Shine. We hope that you have a great rest of the year. Thank you so much for inviting us here to GIJ.
All right, but here's the thing. I need your help. Are you guys ready to sing with me tonight? Yes. All right. Okay, so here's what you do, right? Copy me. World is waiting on your light. Go. World. I already know you guys can sing. You gotta shine. Go. Yeah. again. World is waiting on your light. Ew, watch me shine. Did you hear I growled out the watch? Okay, ready, go. Ew. That was awesome. All right, I'll let you know when I need you, okay? Here we go. Kevin. All right.
Yeah.
I got some joy to liberate. I'm dressing up this life of mine. Sees every
The legacy continues on the Big Phat Pod.
So we have saved the best for last. And literally, even though we do actually have one more episode after this, but this kind of is the last of the songs and the last interview, but I have my rhythm section. Yes. You guys, I'm so glad you're here. And this is actually, audience, just to let you know, this is the end of our recording chunk that Andrew and I have done. So we have saved the party for the end of the 7-day run.
If I was wearing a tie, it would be loosened up.
I know, we would be a little loose. We haven't started imbibing yet, but hey, you never know.
As far as you know.
So I'm going to do a quick introduction and then we'll dive in. So we've got Kevin Axt, our brilliant bass player.
Big hit Down Under.
Oh, yes, we will be talking about that. Quinn Johnson, who has stepped in on the heavy chair of Gordon on piano and keys. Yeah, it's huge. Ray Brinker, who is our rock on the drums. He holds it. He holds the whole thing together for us. Without you, we would literally fall apart.
I don't know about
Yes,
that.
we would. All right, and then Joey De Leon, who brings the spice and the show every single concert. And Joey and I are about 3 months apart. By the way,
Yes.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So glad you're here.
Glad to be
Bring
here.
in the dancing bears.
Okay.
Just 3 for
Too
me.
late, they're already here.
All right. Well, so you guys, we just want to start off a little bit, just having the audience get to know you a bit and give us a little bit of your highlights career-wise, just a little, like the 30-second version, not the 10-minute version, if you could. So, Joe, why don't you start since it's your birthday?
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for providing this this platform here. It's really cool. Never thought I'd see this coming. And you know, of course, there's so many things that have brought us to this path. You know, so I mean, there's obviously one big thing. You know, our man is doing other work, missionary work upstairs. You know, I think it's been an amazing journey even over the past few months, just because we're still processing, we're still going through the day to day, waking up, and there's just a couple people you feel like, yo, I wish it didn't turn out that way, you know, and not to get too. But anyway, my story is really, you know, quick. You know, it's I'm 58 today.
Yeah.
Proudly. Still here, still in the grind. I was born in New York, Hell's Kitchen area. Grew up playing music. My family, primarily my dad's side, was more the musician, active part. My mom was more the coaching, the spiritual and the dancing, the art, that other side. So growing up, you know, my family's Puerto Rican, so we just had a lot of things going on, all kinds of people. And then I lived in the Bronx for about 10 years, and then we took a crazy move, and we moved just over the river to New Jersey. And to me, that's where like everything just kind of like little by little, I got exposed to. I wasn't exposed to rock music until I got over there. I mean, I heard a little bit, but you know, once I started hearing like, you know, AC/DC and Led Zeppelin, I was like, that's some other, you know what? See, I held it.
Thank you.
And so, but you know, my curiosity, and I think, you know, like also just trying to be ingratiating myself with the community. Little different times, you know. I don't need to say too much about that. Challenging, but you know, I got into drumming that was more on the Western side, drum set and stuff like that. And then I got into classical music. And that was like really the door that opened up for me, that I was like, you know, I definitely want to do this. I had a lot of aspirational moments at that time, and I just kept plugging in. Make a longer story shorter, went to Manhattan School of Music, you know, dream come true, got to stay home, home cooking. If you know about that, then, you know, it makes it easy. But I knew I was going to a great school. Not only that, I'm in New York City, for crying out loud. I mean, it's one of the meccas, man, period, you know. Not my words, other people's words. And so just kept at it. I had a crazy story a while back, sharing this with somebody, why I came over here. I'll shut it right there, because there's a lot more to go. Yeah. But when I was 9 years old, I'm a baseball diehard junkie, and I was, you know, a Yankee fan. But I saw Game 3 in 1977, and I saw the parking lot of Dodge Stadium. Yeah. Now Uniqlo Field, you know, and I said, I want to go there one day. It just looked, that's a parking lot. It looked beautiful, because I'd never seen palm trees, so something you don't find over there. But anyway, you know, I wound up eventually moving out here at 24. Although I didn't start right away, kind of was going through the process of trying to see where my footing is, or was at the time. You know, I listened to a radio station one night, formerly KLON 88.1 Long Beach, now KKJZ or something like that. There was a great show on, and I got thoroughly mesmerized that night, because they were playing music that I grew up with, and I was like, oh, okay, they have that here. Okay. I mean, I did, but I didn't have access. So that's what, you know, that just like, I just kept going at it, you know, and I've been able to do several things, you know. Google me.
Well, so let me ask you real quick, who called you for the Phat Band gig?
For the Phat Band gig? Francisco Torres. Okay. Because of my affiliation with him throughout many years and all that. I remember the text, you're going to be getting a call from somebody. And he kept it like mysterious. I was like, okay, all right, let me get the big bass drum out, see what happens. And I think it was maybe, I'm trying to remember if it was 2011 or 2012 that I got to start with the band. And my first gig was at the famed Catalina Jazz Club over here in Hollywood. So, although these guys were not there, and for a minute, but when they came in, especially Kevin and Ray, you know, it just came in and it felt seamless. It wasn't what the previous faction, nothing like that. You know, things happen, squabbles and all that stuff. But the important thing is that we were able to mesh, and you know, you need that chemistry, man. I don't care what anybody says. You know, you don't have to be the greatest at what you do, but you do the best you can, and you do that, and you have some people you can share those moments with.
Right. Well, Jerry, I got to tell you that one of the very first gigs I sang with you guys, I was standing off stage. This is way before Gordon and I got together, and I was standing off stage just before it was starting. And I had watched Soundcheck with you, and I looked at Gordon and I go, Joey's awesome. You know, I just sort of said it really quick, and he goes, oh, he's a star. So he saw it, Joe, and he believed in you, and you do. You bring the flair.
He gave me the go. He gave me the go sign, like, you know, and the thing that was beautiful is, like, he tailored a lot of things to make things really just flow smoothly. Right. You know.
Well, Joey and I are extroverts, related from a different mother, you know, kind of thing. But
would have never guessed.
You know, we both take the lead of it. So, all right, thank you for that, Joe.
Thank you.
Ray, let's hear from you.
Oh man. Well, I guess I started playing in high school, but I went to North Texas State, which is now University of North Texas. They changed. Jazz degree, jazz studies degree, and got the gig with Maynard Ferguson right out of school, and that kind of launched me. And I did a couple of years with Maynard, touring all over the world, and moved back to Texas and had my own band. But it was like I knew I had to move either to New York or L.A., and I really wanted to kind of do the L.A. studio scene, session stuff. So I moved to L.A. in the mid-'80s, and I've always had kind of a dual personality in music. I've always had the jazz thing, but I've always been in the rock world also.
Right.
So, you know, I spent years on the road with Pat Benatar, and I worked with David Lee Roth and Joe Cocker and
So cool.
Ray Charles. I was in Cinderella, for
I
God's
love
sake.
that.
Back
You
in
guys
long
look
hair
him up.
days.
His hair was
Pretty
epic.
crazy.
Yes.
But at the same time, I was in the Tierney Sutton band with Kevin, which a band that existed for 32 years or something.
Wow.
Ooh,
I did not realize
a
that.
long time. We did 10 or 12 records. We have 8 or 9 Grammy nominations.
Oh, wow.
It was a great band with Christian Jacob and Tierney Sutton.
And Trey Henry.
And Trey Henry was the original bass player, and Trey and Kevin would switch off. And oftentimes we're there together doing
That's
a 2-bass thing.
amazing.
It was a pretty
do that,
special deal.
You're in
So,
Michel Legrand trio, right?
in the Michel Legrand trio.
When I met Ray, he was in
Oh,
both
yeah.
Cinderella and Michel Legrand trio.
Maybe the most opposite people in the world.
I like you. I
Weren't they
like
the
you.
same
I like you. I knew I liked you.
Yeah, when worlds collide.
That's
It's pretty
amazing.
Crazy.
So then the call from Gordon or somebody else?
Yeah, you know, I played on a couple records before I was actually in the band.
Oh.
Bernie Dressel obviously was in the band for a long time. And there were some sessions that Bernie couldn't do, and I played on certain tracks on a few of the records. I couldn't even tell you which ones now. But, you know, as you know, we had a relationship, obviously, and then when Bernie left the band, I got the call from Gordo. And, you know, it's a huge honor to be called to do this band because it's the notoriety and the prestige of the band, you know, it's super high levels.
And you fit, I mean, the fact that you have rock and pop and jazz and under your belt live, it just fits because every Phat Band concert kind of covers the gamut of styles too, with
Kinda
that
does.
underlying of jazz. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
the
it's
perfect
one thing to
drummer for
play
this.
those styles, but to also really have the tone for each, you know.
Right.
Like, the tuning's different for rock than,
Oh, sure.
than jazz or
Sure.
gospel or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us really quick about your jacket, what gig you're doing
Oh,
now, along with the Phat Band.
Yes. Out of the blue, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass is touring. Herb is 91
It's amazing.
now. And, you know, it's been a super cool gig. And it's actually been fun because Gordon told me that Herb Alpert is one of the big reasons he wanted to be a musician. As, you know, same with me, actually. I remember listening to the
crazy.
45s. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was great. So I was able to hook them up. I know Gordon spoke with Herb
a lot.
several times.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Herb had the utmost respect.
Yeah. Well, before he called Gordon after you got in the band, Gordon and Herb would just talk on the phone randomly
Oh, yeah.
for a few years. But when he was starting to go on the road, he called Gordon, and he goes, "Please don't be mad at me for taking your drummer."
That's nice.
And Gordon's like, "What am I gonna do? Say no?" He goes, "Of course." You know, and so we just try to arrange all the Phat Band gigs around your Tijuana Brass
appreciate
tour because we need you. But he's lucky to have you.
Oh, thank
Herb.
you. It's been a blast. It's been really cool.
It's fun to watch you do that too. It was funny though because we came to a concert right
We did.
before, like maybe 2 weeks before he passed, right?
It was pretty, yes. Yes.
November.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very
Yes.
special for Gordon to get there and to see you and to talk to Herb later and then see a bunch of people there. But it was special that we went out. We even went out in the rain to get to that
I
concert.
couldn't even believe you were there. And I was like, really, you want
Yeah.
to come? Because
Yeah.
I know Gordon wasn't even feeling great
Right,
at that time.
right.
I was honored. Everybody was honored to have him there.
Yeah.
And there were so many musicians in the audience who were just gobsmacked to see Gordon there, and we're happy to see him.
Yeah, it was pretty special.
Yeah.
Actually, so.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting this in.
It's a good memory.
You owe me.
Yeah. So, Quinn, I'm going to come back to you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to jump for a sec. So, Kevin.
I'm not emotionally prepared. I was ready for him to talk.
No!
This is just
okay.
a second.
You can do this.
Whoa.
You want another take?
Okay.
All right.
One more time.
Okay, Kevin needs another
All
take.
right. Okay. I'm good.
Smoke break.
3, 2, 1. You got it.
Okay. All right. All right.
Tell us.
That's not it. That's not how you do it.
This is so Kevin. I love it.
Come back.
Give us highlights of your
I'm
career.
master of the awkward pause. Actually, I came from a family of musicians. My great grandfather was actually head of music at MGM Studios, named William Axt. He actually scored about 200 films.
Whoa.
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
look at him. He had a
Yeah.
fantastic career. And my mom and my dad both were piano players. My mom sang. My dad's an architect by trade. So I came from sort of a musical background. And I grew up also in a little town up in Northern California that happened to have a guitar player named Robin Ford,
Okay.
who's
yeah.
an
Never heard of him.
unbelievably inspiring musician. When I was a kid, I used to go to the fairgrounds and hear him play. And all I knew was that he made me feel such euphoria and such joy hearing him and his band that I just wanted to have the power to make other people feel like that. I couldn't think of a better calling in life than having that power. Man, imagine me being able to make people feel the way Robin just made me feel with that band. Right. So that sort of became my quest. I started out as a guitar player when I was about 13. Then I was in a band with some other kids in the school and nobody wanted to play bass. So I drew the short straw. And one
Thank
of the
God.
Yeah, I know. It just so happened one of the guitar players in the band had a brother who was an English sports car mechanic and also happened to be a bass player.
Okay.
And he goes, he's got an extra bass and an amp, so just go over to his house and check it out. And
Does he have an extra car?
he did not have an extra car. He worked mostly on Triumphs. He had a TR6 that he put a small block.
Wait, so you said Triumphs,
Triumphs,
right? It
yeah.
sounded like you said Tramps.
Yeah, he had those too, but that's a very, very obscure brand.
Children,
Yeah.
plug your ears.
You're on the ledge.
Okay.
Anyway, I went over to. I knew nothing about bass, he started playing, and he happened to be, aside from being a mechanic, a really great bass player. And he started playing all these cool little funky lines, and his hand was like this, and I'm going, that looks kind of, that's kind of cool. So I had a completely different perspective on the instrument. I went home and I started playing. So I'm totally self-taught on electric bass, and that was, the dominoes started falling from there. I always loved jazz as a kid. I always loved funk. I had a really eclectic taste, and of course we all started collecting albums. When we're about 14, 15, all of a sudden our record collection's getting bigger and bigger. And I started noticing the same names on the back of those albums. You started seeing Will Lee and Abe Laboriel and just all the greats. And I wanted to be one of those guys. I wanted to be a studio guy, and I loved all kinds of music. So I knew eventually I'd end up in Los Angeles. And along the way, I sort of started playing string bass when I went to Chico State. And then I miraculously got a scholarship to USC to study. But all my training was classical. I never studied jazz. I know nothing about jazz education. My whole thing was that I wanted to learn to have that conversation, that musical conversation, by having that conversation with other musicians rather than being told what to say. I wanted that to sort of grow organically. And that's that was sort of my philosophy of, I'd use the classical to really develop my technique, but I wanted jazz to be the spontaneous language that I had with other musicians.
Something you discovered as opposed to being like, oh, this is jazz. It's like guy tones.
Exactly. Victor Wooten actually has a great analogy about that. It's like when you're speaking, you don't go into another room and practice that sentence before you go into the room and speak it to somebody. It should be something that's this spontaneous interaction that you have with other people, and obviously a critical element of that is being able to listen to what they have to say as well.
It's really interesting you bring up Robin Ford because guitar was my first instrument, and I grew up listening to him and like Eric Johnson.
Oh my God.
And that kind of music, which has that rock blues edge, but there's a lot of jazz depth in there.
Absolutely.
But you can still get that reaction. Like there's something about that sort of guitar thing where it's like anyone can kind of attach to it and hear the singing, hear the Hendrix, hear all that stuff. But just to know that there's so much deeper, like cooler, maybe some more expanded harmony and stuff like that. And if yeah, it's just so cool when all those elements can come together like it did.
But the foundation of that, and that what spoke
Yeah.
to me was that it came from the blues.
Yes.
Because that's as intelligent as Robin's playing my kid, or on my heroes like John Schofield and Eric Johnson and those guys. It always comes back to the blues.
Yeah.
It's got to come back to that heart, or it doesn't resonate with me. There's a lot of brilliant technical musicians out there, but I need to feel the heart.
And Gordon actually would talk about that to me with you, especially you two. Just the language, the communication between the three of you.
Well, I got it when we did that little celebration with the band, the 25th, the party that we had at your house.
Oh, right, the gala, yeah.
That was a really special honor when they handed out awards, and Gordon awarded me the Heart and Soul Award, and that meant a lot more to me than I think he realized, because that's why I play, you know, and to be acknowledged like that really was very special.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you do a ton of sessions, film and television. He's very high on the list. And then, who and when did you get called for the Phat Band?
Rick Shaw actually called me. I think his daughter was graduating from high school. Was that? I don't remember the precise reason. I'm sorry if that's incorrect. And the first gig was actually a run at the Blue Note in Tokyo.
Oh.
So.
Which we're going back to in October, everybody?
Yeah.
All right, we got it. We got
Listeners,
it.
take note.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets now. They're going to go fast.
Yes, they are.
Like that. I got the PDFs in advance and the recordings, and went, this stuff. Notice how I edited. This stuff is really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard, and I remember, but I wanted to honor it and really, play it. So I definitely worked it out. And there was one tune in particular called Synalix that has a ridiculous solo part that with Andrew's written for Andrew Sinowick, obviously. And I remember spending about a day on that. Anyway, don't ask me to play it now. God knows.
Could you sing it? Okay. Yeah.
No.
If you sing it, you can play it. That's like they say. Gordon's music had some very challenging things, but it was challenging in service to the music, as opposed to let's just write something hard that
Absolutely.
is angular and makes no sense, and be like, ta-da, we're great at music.
The tail never wagged the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Right. I love it. Well, as you know, I love singing with you.
Thanks.
Funny stories. When I first started, I like to look at the band, and so I look back, and I love to get a reaction. And Ray and I always connect. Joey and I always connect. Big smiles all the time. Ray is a bit of an extrovert with me on stage, and I would look at Kevin, and he would go.
But I explained that reason to you, okay?
I know.
Okay? We can reveal it. It's okay.
That's a Kevin thing.
Reveal.
Okay, I actually am. I'm clinically blind in my left eye.
Oh gosh, you don't have to. I mean, if
And
you
I'm
want to
gonna.
tell
I'm actually having surgery over the summer.
That's right.
So
I forgot.
if I look up, and I lose, it's really easy to lose your place in the music.
So here
So
I
I
am
got
going,
to stay really good. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't distract me.
Man, that right eye of yours is an eagle, then, man. Because
No kidding.
thanks.
Not holding you back.
No kidding. Yeah.
profound respect, man.
But it's funny too, though, because we talk a lot about just how funky I want my songs, and you just go there. You go, you make sure the groove just hits that backbeat where it needs to hit,
Well,
so
it helps
it's
having with
yeah.
Gordon, obviously, but
Yeah.
Ray and I have been playing together for over 40 years.
Yeah.
And Quinn and I almost as long.
Oh my
Quinn and I go
goodness.
back about almost 40 years.
I did not realize
So
that.
yeah, this rhythm
Wow.
section here, that's
We
what,
go back.
120 combined years. That's right, a century
look
and a quarter.
amazing.
Don't we look good? That's right.
Nice.
But we're dying on the inside.
Right now.
Well, that's where jazz comes from.
Exactly.
Inner death.
Exactly.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
All right, well, good segue. So I want to move it. We got so much more, but I wanted to move it to Quinn for a second. So as I say, this is a heavy chair. It's difficult. It's challenging in playing, but more than that, that's where Gordon sat for always.
Right.
And a common comment that we're hearing throughout these interviews is, it's really strange to look over at the piano and Gordon's not there. And it's not anything towards you. It's just, we're all used to it. And same. And a lot of times, I heard it once from somebody, and my initial reaction, I didn't do it, but I wanted to go, yeah, hard for you. How do you think I feel? But I was like, no, let's not do that.
Right.
So I didn't. But then I laughed and cried for like an hour. But I just, first of all, want to thank you
For sure.
for doing it.
It's my pleasure.
It's heavy. And, Gordon chose you. Yeah. And when I first knew of Quinn, I didn't meet you, but you played the prelude for our wedding.
Oh, right? Yeah?
So he played the prelude. I didn't know him. Gordon kind of knew him. Guys knew him.
Yeah, I think I got him the gig.
Yeah,
It's all
probably.
Kevin's fault, right?
Yeah, so he was playing while people were arriving, and then he left, as musicians do for weddings, right?
I had another gig.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And so I never met you. I just knew of you. And so then when Gordon got sick, and we had, I think the Blue Jay Festival was your first gig with us, right?
With the band, yes.
Yeah.
I'd worked for Gordon a couple times. I saw you maybe on some of the sessions.
Oh, so sorry.
Like no. It was like movie stuff or
Right.
something.
Parades or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
but that was probably after the wedding. I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly, but
Yeah, so you came in at Blue Jay at that festival, and it was effortless. And then the prognosis hit and realizing the gravity of it all, and then he passed, I had the hard conversation with you and just said, would you
yeah.
commit? Will you do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an honor. It's
And
a great
you said
thing.
yes.
And nobody else really has sort of played the chair, so that's an interesting position to be in.
Right. Yeah, so it was scary for all of us. And one thing with Quinn, I feel bad for him when it comes to my songs. I mean, for all the songs, but because Gordon and I, oh boy.
Well, you're so used to doing it a certain way.
Yeah, we had a vibe.
Right.
Shoot,
You're killing it. You're good.
The very thought of you.
Yeah.
That was a biggie.
Yeah.
And Through the Fire, too.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I could easily be like, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong, and that's not fair. So instead, I asked you for specific things, and you honored it, and then I'm like, then just be you.
Yeah,
You do
I mean,
you.
that's really all you can do.
Yeah,
There's
and-
nobody needs a copy.
No, right.
You know.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Well-
I kind of want to copy, but no. But no.
But that's not,
Yeah.
that's not really the way
Yeah.
forward for anybody.
Right.
So.
And the fact that you have such a beautiful relationship with the rhythm section already.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
three of us have done thousands of recording sessions.
Yes.
I can't
So
even tell you
there
how many.
wasn't an adjustment at all.
No.
You just came in and you did it,
Well, and it's such a well-oiled machine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you just walk into the gig in Arrowhead at the Blue
Right.
Jay Festival, and I just have to not screw it up. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's what
you know?
everybody says.
Critical.
You came in super prepared.
Yeah.
You did your homework.
You did.
Yeah, I mean, I have some relationship with having to do this. I've been the piano player for the Clara Fisher bands for a long time before he passed, and he was hypercritical, was Claire, and he was still around when I started, so he's like there watching you, and he said some really nice things to me, but you have to again be super prepared and just know your stuff, and so I kind of knew what I was getting into.
I think the chair in probably Claire Fisher's band is probably one of the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon's stuff is very difficult, but it's playable
Right.
in a way.
There it
It's
is.
just, I mean, Claire's stuff is playable by Claire.
Yeah.
Right.
Claire was
right,
one
right.
of the great virtuosos and had a whole different way of thinking. So there are, I was telling these guys earlier, there's some things in the Claire book where you can take it home and work on it and work on it. And I can play.
Yes, you can.
And there's a point where, I can't actually play this exactly the way. So you change things because there's some of the stuff is insane.
Yeah.
Actually insane. And so Gordon's stuff is more like, I can actually get this. I'm going to do this.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
great.
very helpful.
And that's another common theme through the conversations is Gordon's charts have been some of the most difficult all of you have looked at, but it's still doable. Because he considered every chair, every seat, every instrument with intention, including his own.
Yeah, well, it has to come from him writing. So for sessions, there's a point at which, you're not trying to write Stravinsky because people don't have 10 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
When you go see some of the orchestra play, all these people have been playing that same music since they were in junior high.
Right.
They learned it over that period of time. You show up to a recording session and you have 3 minutes.
Right.
So.
Well, you've been wonderful, and I'm so, so grateful to have you.
Well,
And also, you're a fun hang. At the Blue Jay Festival, we all had rooms, and so we stayed up there that night, and we sat around, had a few drinks. Here we go again, talking about alcohol.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Sarsaparilla.
The three of us, Ray and Quinn and I, toured with Lea Salonga for about 3.5 months.
Okay.
In the fall, and he wasn't very fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm such a drag.
He was really a drag.
Yeah, so it's wonderful. And as you know now, I've always called them my rhythm section, including Andy Waddell, our guitar player. But now you're here, so you're my piano player.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
And because you brought up Claire Fisher, for those of you who have never heard, he was an amazing arranger, just crazy deep harmony in jazz.
Right.
But if you want to hear him play, there's a great recording, I think somewhere from the 60s, solo piano. It's like variations on Yesterdays, which is... Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the recording quality is amazing. It really sounds like it was something done yesterday. But he loved that song. He did a great arrangement for the high-lows of that one. And it's, So the fact that you're playing, that speaks volumes about. And actually, I want to know more about your upbringing and journey with music and piano.
I started playing piano when I was 4. Because I was forced to. My dad's a retired band director, choir director. He was for decades, and my mom plays piano, and so we all had to take piano lessons, and I hated it for a long time until you get to a certain point where you're pretty good, and usually if you get pretty good at something, you tend to like it a little bit more. So that happened to me, and somewhere in junior high, I got serious, and then in high school, I sort of decided that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
So then I came to LA to go to school. I was in school for a minute and a half, and then I started working. And
lucky.
Then here we are.
So working with sessions or live or both?
First live. Most of the 90s was more live, like a bunch of different stuff with all kinds of different artists, as varied as Rita Coolidge, and I did some stuff with Martin Short, actually, subbing for Babcock. Interesting different things. And then more recordings. Then I was Steve Tyrell's music director for about 16 years.
Wow.
So that was a ton of travel, just like all over the planet.
Right.
And then the Claire Fisher stuff and all kinds of a lot of artists. So I worked with a lot of artists, some of it because of Tyrell, but some of it, records with Dinah Ross. And,
Did you have a specific kind of lane when you were younger? Like, I kind of want to focus on this stuff, or like specific influences, or were you very much all over the map?
Well, when I was a kid, it was like rock and pop, and I would love Chicago. I love Billy Joel and that kind of stuff. And then I decided that to be the best player I could, it seemed like the jazz people were able to sort of do anything.
Right.
So I got into that, and then when I came to LA, I got involved and played in some salsa bands. So I was doing salsa music 4 or 5 nights a week.
Wow.
Which was great and heavy, and it didn't pay enough. So I stopped doing it.
I'll double down on that.
Yeah, I toured with some.
Still working on it.
Toured with some name.
Checks in the mail, right?
Yeah.
Toured with some name guys who had hits on the radio, and then the money didn't show up, and you're like, interesting. So then a lot of world music, actually. I did stuff with some Persian bands. I did a lot of Brazilian music, and then session stuff. So.
Yeah.
That's why it works for the Phat Band, because you have such a wide variety of what you have done.
Yeah.
And it just works. I'm excited about the future, because we're definitely we're going to record songs that have never been recorded. He's got loads of charts. Geo Washington and I have been starting a list, and I think we're up to about 20 songs right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have actually, through this interview process, even with the band, we've gotten names of other songs. I'm like, we need to add that to the list. And
Maybe the Phat Band needs Mama Llama Samba.
oh, for sure, we're gonna do that one. But there's all kinds of songs, and then there's other projects like Big Phat Voices that we're gonna need to retrack the rhythm section. And so I'm excited for you to be playing on those.
Love to do it.
Yeah. You're doing it.
That's what I
mean,
do.
come on. So, all right, you guys.
Big stories, big music, big personalities. This is the Big Phat Pod.
Try Make Music, proud sponsor of the Big Phat Pod.
Getting that perfect ensemble sound takes hours in the practice room.
That's why they built Make Music Cloud.
It's an interactive practice platform that actually listens to you play, giving you instant on-screen feedback on your pitch and rhythm.
With a massive library of big band charts and all your Gordon Goodwin favorites, it's like having a world-class rhythm section right in your living room.
I wish we had this when I was coming up.
Seriously.
Big Phat Pod listeners can try Make Music for free at makemusic.com/bigphatpod. That's makemusic.com/bigphatpod.
Go visit.
I know what I'm doing.
Hey everybody, you just finished listening to part 1 of Shine. I honestly can't believe how much material that we recorded about this song. Makes me happy because it's my song. But we didn't want to give you too much in one episode because the next 2 interviews that we have next week are so good that I really want you to spend time with them. So we're doing part 1, which you just finished, and we're going to do part 2 next week. And next week, the interviews are with Andy Waddell, our guitar player, who couldn't be with the rhythm section for various reasons, but he and I got together and we cut it up. We had so much fun, and he talks about his guitar solo and the journey of getting one that both Gordon and I liked. So you want to hear that. And then I have an interview with the singers who sang backups on this song. And they are the incomparable David Michael Loucks, and then the beautiful, supremely talented, and most wonderful of all human beings, my daughter, Aria Gunn, who can sing. If you follow me, you know. But we spent some really precious time with the 2 of them talking about the backup vocals, but mostly talking about Gordon. And we shed some tears. It was really wonderful. So that's part 2, and you do not want to miss that next week, okay? So we got Shine part 1 you just finished, and Shine part 2 is next week. Excited to be back with you. Have a wonderful week. Remember, what do I say? Stay shiny, stay fat, and keep moving forward. You got this.
Thanks for listening to the Big Phat Pod.
The Big Phat Pod is brought to you by Good Gun Creative, Inc. Executive producer, Vangie Gunn-Goodwin. Co-host and producer, Andrew Kesler. Senior producer, Cindy Guerin. Editing, mixer, and mixing engineer, David Amaya. Consultants, research, and deep dive in all things Phat Band, Gio Washington Wright and Nick Mondello. Email us at bigphatmail@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Big Phat Pod. Also follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And lastly, subscribe to YouTube at Big Phat Pod to see all of our faces in action. Stay shiny, stay fat, and keep moving forward. You got this, you guys.